Zelda, Pokemon, and Bomberman? Bomberman Tournament was one of my favorite childhood games, and is one of the coolest genre mashups you'll ever play. Released in 2001 from Hudson Soft for the Game Boy Advance, and a sequel to Bomberman Quest for the Game Boy Color, Bomberman Tournament takes huge inspiration from the Zelda games, and unlike the previous game, decided to hop on the Pokemon craze by implementing monster battling. The game's story has Bomberman tasked with searching a planet for his fellow space pig Max, who has gone missing. Bomberman treks through a vast world filled with towns, dungeons, and side quests. This is a super ambitious game and packed with content. Being armed with bombs instead of swords gives us a whole different feel from most Zelda clones, and adds an interesting level of strategy to everything you do, even just exploring the overworld. Over the course of the game, you'll obtain an assortment of different bombs that work in various ways, using them to defeat enemies, solve puzzles, open new paths, and destroy environmental hazards. You'll also obtain various Carabon, which are basically Pokemon. They all have unique abilities that you'll need to switch between to get through the dungeons and solve puzzles. Some Carabons can be fused to create one with a brand new ability. Dungeons work as in your typical 2D Zelda, slowly making your way from room to room, pushing block switches, and destroying enemies to open doors. Obtaining new Carabons basically works like the special dungeon items you'll obtain in Zelda, requiring you to backtrack at points to use your new Carabon's unique ability to get somewhere you weren't able to before. And of course, fighting a unique boss at the end with an added heart container as a reward. And as I mentioned before, you can also battle with the Carabons Pokemon style. And various cities house coliseums where you can battle against other NPCs who have Carabon partners. Winning these battles are a great way of earning money, which otherwise can only be found by killing monsters and destroying obstacles in the overworld, hoping they'll drop a coin. And while I loved it as a kid, to be honest, the Carabon battling system doesn't hold up that great, given all the battles are decided before they even start. So your battle choices just give you the illusion of strategy. You can raise your chances of winning these battles, however, by feeding your Carabon various special foods to raise their stats. And while I am very critical of the Carabon battling system, it is still a neat little diversion that adds some flavor to the game. The game also has a multiplayer mode that, I'll be honest, I've never been able to try out, but it does have different modes and maps that play like variations of classic Bomberman, which adds even more replay value. I do think it's strange, however, that you don't have the ability to battle your own Carabons against your friends, because despite how basic the system is, it feels like something that kids like me would have loved at the time, given how popular Pokemon was. All in all, minus the flaws with the Carabon battling system, this is an incredibly fun game with a lot of content, and still holds up well today if you're a big fan of the classic Zelda games. The game also got a sequel in 2007 for the DS called Bomberman Story. I'd like to at some point make videos for all 3 games in this sub-series. Thanks for watching.